So over the last 6 months, we've taken our model through a lot of development. A lot of it's machine learning based research and analysis. And what we've been able to do is take trust as we measure it versus share price. We've now been able to demonstrate that there is a very tangible correlation between trust as we measure it and share price performance, particularly in the FTSE 100. So what we've been able to do now is demonstrate that with confidence that we're able to predict fluctuations in share price performance at least 2 weeks in advance. We're now carrying out further, more detailed research because we are also fairly confident that we can predict, in some cases, as much as 60 days in advance. In order to demonstrate and really prove the model, what we've done is it's the same technique. We're gathering huge amounts of digital data from basically the entire internet, international news, national news, some aspects of social media, etc. We're passing it all through our trust analytics model, and then we are comparing that over time in a time series against share price performance. But in order to prove the model, we've gone back using historical data, at least 12 months in most cases, and we've used various machine learning techniques to really stress test that model to understand the relationships between share price and trust. At the moment it's very accurate, we're very pleased with it. In terms of being able to, we've taken the FTSE 100 and done it. We don't yet know how it's going to perform with some of the other lower end of the FTSE, for example, but we're confident that in principle it works very well. So what we're looking at now is applying it to some of the Fortune 500 companies. We're also, with certain clients, starting to integrate sales data to look at that trinity: sales, trust, share price performance. What is new is the sort of convergence of the technology that we have. So it's the ubiquity of digital data, it's accessibility, it's dramatically sort of rapid increasing computing power, and taking a really fundamental human concept, which is trust, which we all intuitively, I think, understand, bringing all of this together and then using that as a lens of analysis. That's very different from just using sentiment analysis on its own. Now, as you know from last time we spoke, I talked you through the 5-pillar methodology, and of course there's 15 subcomponents underneath that. So the real value of this comes in terms of the way we structure the data. So we're able to look at different pillars and understand which pillars and which subcomponents are most sensitive or most highly correlated with financial performance. So if you have a portfolio of assets, for example, you can understand, oh, this asset is probably, I need to look at, for example, delivery consistency more closely in this. This is where the real risk lies. On the other hand, this company really bills itself as the ethical, whatever it might be, energy company. So we need to pay closer attention to the two pillars that are more closely associated with values. And if they start to underperform in those areas, that's probably going to have a bigger impact on their share price. There are various use cases, and what we've done is designed a suite of different tools for different functions within an organisation. So we have a strategic use case which enables anyone from the CEO down to understand how your business, your brands, your portfolio of brands are performing with different stakeholders. So that enables you to understand what you could be doing better, what you're doing well, what you can build on. But we're also aware that the credibility in that is enhanced, of course, by us being able to demonstrate the correlation between trust and financial performance. We've taken that a step further. So if you are a professional investor, you work in asset management, for example, we've now got an application which allows you to use trust analytics to inform your investment strategy. So let's say you have a portfolio of assets under management, you can then understand how they're performing in terms of trust and anticipate their future financial performance.